like I said about his shirt, you know, do I think that you know, that shirt is red? It's just not. It's blue all day long. And for that reason, I'm not saying that he told you the location.
No, he didn't tell me what happened to him either. He told me he has stuck to that. That's what he's stuck to, is that his car got took. I haven't talked to him since they put him in jail.
I know that too.
Okay, so, and I told you what he talked to me about at the house. He told me that he went upstairs to get some Coke to serve Lapita with.
And does that make any sense?
No.
Why the baby would be in the car downstairs?
No, and it doesn't. It doesn't make any sense. He told me he was going to serve her on the way to pick me up.
Are you that soft with him that he was going to tell you something like that and you're going to be like, the fuck you talking about? You would have, why's a fucking kid in the car?
Exactly, and that's why I told him, you know, of all fucking times I would never leave him in the car. Why would you leave him in the car?
And
why?
What did he say?
He's like, I'm sorry, that was stupid of me. And he's still stuck on that. He never once told me anything different about the baby.
Was the baby throwing up that day, that Thursday?
No, the day before. The couple days before that, he was throwing up.
Where did he throw up? Did he throw up on his clothes? Did he throw up on the floor? Where did he throw up?
He threw up on that black sheet. On a black sheet. That was in the laundry basket. That's in the laundry basket that he went to wash.
Was it a black, like a fitted sheet that goes on your bed? Or is it a kid's sheet?
No, it's an adult size sheet, a regular size bed sheet.
Okay, so.
And that's Mr. Sullivan knows about the sheet.
All right, so the baby threw up on the black sheet.
Mm-hmm.
And did you see the baby throw up, or did you just find the throw up and think it was the baby's?
No, Ruben, I come in the room and Ruben was taking it off the bed and I asked him what he was doing with it. Or why are you taking that off the bed?
Was the baby crying at that time?
Mm-mm.
So he told you the baby threw up?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so the baby throws up and he's changing the sheet.
Mm-hmm.
And he does what with it?
He put it in the bathtub.
He put it in the bathtub?
Mm-hmm. That way it wouldn't get in the floor and stuff.
Okay. So he takes the black sheet out of the bathtub and does what with it?
Put it in the bathroom. It was in the bathroom. It never came out the bathroom.
The black sheet never came out the bathroom, and basically, to your knowledge, it should have still been there.
Yeah, it should have either been in the bathroom or right outside the bathroom door.
Okay.
But they said he did laundry, so I'm assuming he picked that up too. And
is it normal? I mean, you said they said he did laundry. The police told you he did laundry? Okay, so you didn't have knowledge that he did laundry. Okay. Well, how do y'all normally do that? Do you do the laundry? He does the laundry. Both of you.
We normally do it together, and it's normally late after I get off work if we don't have nothing to do, or if we don't have the kids. Most of the time we don't have the kids if we do it after I get off of work. My mom, keeps my kids too.
Okay. So
it's not unnormal to do laundry late at night.
Okay, that would not be unnormal. Is it not normal for him to do it by himself?
But
because most men ain't gonna do laundry.
Well, he does do laundry, but the time that he picked to do it is like right before he comes to get me. That part was what was odd about it.
And how do you know that was the time he picked? They told you?
Mm-hmm. They told me. The detectives told me.
Right.
So yeah, that part about it was odd.
I'm not sure, what else to do to make you understand what we feel, and
I feel like y'all feel like I know more than what I'm telling you. Is how I'm taking this. Is it the vibe
you're getting?
Yeah, and I mean, and honestly, you're wrong there. I've told you what I know about my baby, and that's what Ruben told me was that someone took him with the car.
I mean, you got to understand why we get a little nutted up, and
I do.
Just the example of with your mom. I mean, you were trying to hold strong with that with your mom.
I mean, this is
to explain away the bruise. Okay. Would you agree to that or not agree to that?
Not to explain away the bruise, not to just explain.
Then what would
because I don't know how the bruise got there.
Exactly.
So I can't explain something that I don't know.
So you think you were saying that your mom saw it as well to help? What would your mom seeing the bruise do to help the scenario?
Honestly, I don't know, but I mean, like, I think I brought her up too because she knew I was taking him to the doctor. Was my whole point of bringing her in.
Yeah, because that had nothing to do with that bruise. Because once we figured it out, the first time you saw the bruise is when Brittany saw the bruise.
And I know this is really bad.
You want to go to the bathroom? Yeah,
you know,
no problem. Yeah, come on, let's go. We'll go to the bathroom. I didn't want to have to go that bad. people are out looking and trying, and you know we're getting tips from even overseas. People will send in pictures and go, I saw the little boy. He's not in Scotland. He's just not. He's not there. I want to just give you a minute to just think a second, and I want to regroup myself.
Yeah, because my mind is.
Yeah, it's clouded, I'm sure.
It's very clouded.
I'm sure.
And that's.
There's one thing that I always tell people in here, and man, I couldn't make it more impactful. At this point, don't ever let anyone else tell your story. You know what I mean? Don't let it, because when people think about the way that your work goes. Most of those girls don't get along with each other because they're competitive,
Right.
and they're possessive. That's my customer. Well, maybe not.
Yeah.
And if you are better at your job, then they want to hate on you. Life is a big fucking piranha fish contest. So who's got the biggest teeth and the biggest piranha mouth? You know what I mean? And life is eat or be eaten, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look at what you've been through in your life.
This is by far the worst.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But you can't ever let anyone tell your story. Especially if they want to tell on you. People are not going to just jump out of the woodwork to take the blame for anybody.
No, and I know that.
They're going to point the finger. You know what I mean?
Who wouldn't pass blame
Sure.
if they did something?
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely. I'll be right back, okay?
okay.
Thank you.
someone that there was, well, two things. You told someone that you think there was a backpack missing. Where's it? A black one. Where's that missing from?
If it was not in the room, then in the car, out the car.
In the room being in the apartment. And you went to the apartment, right, and looked around?
I didn't see it.
And it's just like a book bag?
Yeah, it's just a book bag. And then I didn't see it when I was in storage either, but the other investigators, I guess, had got there and went through it before I did, so but I still didn't see it.
And
When me and London went up there, you know what I'm saying, they asked me to show them if anything was out of place. I didn't see it, but I thought it might be in the car. That's why I was asking you. I didn't know if it got put in the car.
there was a blanket taken out of the car. I just don't know which one yet until I go look at the pictures. Do you know which blanket was in the car?
I know his Toy Story blanket was in there for sure.
Was in the car? Okay. In the picture that they showed you a minute ago,
He has a blanket like that.
he does. And when was the last time you saw it?
It was dirty. I thought it was dirty, or if it wasn't dirty, it was in the basket with the other blankets. That was in the room at the apartment.
It was in that big black basket?
No, the little blue basket that's in the closet right now. The mesh hamper had the bedspread, Paris bedspread, had that dog, that car's blanket, and I think that was it. I had that in there because it was dirty.
So it could still be there?
That looks like it, but if it's not it, he's got one that looks like that. But no, it's not at the house, because I went in the house.
The car blanket? The car blanket? But did you look in the hamper?
There was a towel in the bottom of the hamper.
And that was it?
That's all I see here.
Okay. But alright. So I need to go look tomorrow to see look in the apartment, make sure that car's blanket's not in there, right? But it wasn't in storage, you're pretty sure it was at the apartment?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, did y'all I know y'all went to storage and got stuff and brought it back to the apartment.
Yeah, well, that blanket used to belong to one of his kids.
But did y'all take things from the apartment to
Put in
storage?
Yeah.
Like what?
Like, all the stuff that was in the living room, like, the tools, like his work tools.
Okay, I can understand taking tools over there, but I'm talking
the
about.
tent. We took the tent, and I pointed out the other things too, the London. But we had a little trash can that had some toys in it that we took because they were like all they are is like building sticks, I guess. We took that. What else? A shoe thing that come out the closet. Took it and put it in there. I think that's about it.
Alright. And the bruise that he had behind his ear, where did that come from?
I don't know. Reuben.
When did you notice it?
Thursday.
And how did you notice it?
Brittany pointed it out.
How big was it?
Like right here.
So, like that big?
Probably about like that big. It was just right behind his ear.
Let me show you a picture. Not of him. Was it purple? Was it black? What color was
Like
it?
a purplish color.
You know how bruises turn
Yeah.
when they start off, they're purple and then black and green, brown. So it looked fresher? Or it looked older?
I would say it looked fresh. I didn't know it was there.
Okay. I mean, obviously that's not your son, but is it something like that? did you notice his eyes were watering and,
Earlier that day when Brittany was over there.
so the same day? And
And I went and got him.
did you say something about his face looked swollen? One side of his face?
Yeah.
Was that the same side as the bruise?
Mm-hmm. And then I got but I thought it was from like an ear infection.
Was it like that? To the bruise behind the ear?
Kinda, yeah. That was more. Yeah, I guess.
Now, what
It was
made
just
you
a
think he had
bruise.
an ear infection?
Because he had like stuff, he kept pulling at his ear, and most of the time if you're pulling at your ear and they'll tell you no.
He was pulling at it on Thursday?
Mhm.
What about Wednesday?
Not so much. I mean, some, but not so much. I mean, it was still. His little ear stayed red most of the time because he would pick at it. Like even when he's falling asleep, he rubs.
When you went to the dollar store, where was he?
The first time with Brittany, or
Both.
well, when me and Brittany went, all three of the kids went, and when
All three of the kids. Who's the third kid?
her kid.
Okay.
And then the second time I went by myself, they were at the house
With who?
with Ruben.
And what time was that?
Like six-ish, like right out, maybe a little past 6.
That's after Brittany had already showed you the bruise or
Mhm.
before?
That was after. And I got the stuff from the dollar store.
Did you go anywhere else that day without the kids? Did they stay with Ruben any time during that day, that morning? Did you go anywhere? Thursday.
No, not besides with Brittany,
But you had the kids.
but I had the kids, yeah.
Now you said, I believe earlier you said you slept in Thursday.
Yeah.
What time did you get up?
I don't know, around lunchtime, and Brittany was already there when I got
So
there.
lunchtime's what, noon?
Yeah,
11, 12, 1?
about 12 or 1.
Alright, what time did Ruben get up?
He got up like around the same time I did.
Well, who took care of the kids?
We did. They were in the room with me. I mean, I wasn't.
They slept till 1?
I got up around 12 and got him something to eat. I made him stay in the room with me. That's what I'm saying. I didn't
What I'm
let him in the
asking,
room.
I mean, I have kids too. At that age, my kids ain't never slept till 12 or 1 in the afternoon without
No,
one
no,
breakfast.
Well, that's what I'm saying. When they got up and asked him for something, I got up with her,
Mhm.
went downstairs and got some Pop-Tarts and some cereal,
Mhm.
and then we come back upstairs and put them on a movie and everything. And I laid back down and they sat right there and watched TV. I mean, I didn't go to sleep.
Did anyone
right
come
off.
over that morning, early that morning, to meet with Ruben about money or anything? Because I've got
No.
information that Ruben was up around 8 a.m., 8 or
Okay.
9 a.m.
I know I was asleep at that time, so if he got up, then he didn't wake me up. I know think someone was supposed to come by, but I don't know that they did because I didn't never see meet with them or
Who was
anything
it?
like that. I think his name's Paul. I think is who was supposed to come by.
White guy.
Yeah,
Where's he live?
Ocean Way, the
Mhm.
guy from Ocean Way. Okay,
What was
but
he
I
supposed to
don't.
come by for?
To get some money.
Was he borrowing money or was Ruben paying him?
I think Ruben was paying for him to go to the doctor.
He was
probably.
doctor shopping.
Probably. I just know that.
Well, there ain't no doubt about
Well,
it.
I don't even know
That
that.
Paul's a pillhead, so I'm guessing because
Well, I
I saw
didn't see-
another text from Paul to
Well,
Ruben.
I didn't see Paul with my own 2 eyes.
But you've met
You know,
Paul, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying that day,
Right.
that morning, I never didn't see him come over.
But you know he was supposed to come over that morning.
Yeah, but I didn't know if he ever did or not.
So it's possible Ruben was up early, and you didn't know
Possible. Yeah. I mean, it's
it. Is
possible.
it possible the kids were up early and you didn't know it?
Maybe. I mean,
Does he sleep till 1 in the afternoon?
not all the time. I mean, most of the time he's laying back down around that time.
So what time does he normally get up?
About 10.
Okay. So is it possible that and
9 or
Ruben
10.
were up and awake and you weren't?
That's possible.
So then that means Ruben would have had I don't want to say custody because you were there, but he was taking care of him.
Yeah, he supervises them, I guess you would say. He normally does watch them though. I mean, if I'm asleep.
I'm just trying to figure out, I mean, you're telling us you didn't cause that bruise on your son,
No, I didn't.
correct?
That's correct.
So I'm just trying to figure out when that bruise would have gotten there
And okay, and how?
if you're not a witness to it.
Yeah, because I didn't.
Who had custody of him Wednesday?
Wednesday, he was with me.
Did you work?
Wednesday. Yeah.
So Ruben had custody of him Wednesday night or during the day?
Night.
What time did you get off Wednesday?
Hold on. I'm not sure that I worked Wednesday. So I did two days, and then I want to say I took a day off.
Would wackos know?
Yeah.
I mean, I know you don't have a card that you hit in the time machine, but
Yeah, but they would know. Yeah, they would know if I was there Wednesday or not. My mind's getting so bodged and cloudy just from trying to think, of anything. But no, I can't remember, honestly.
if you worked Wednesday or not.
Yeah, because I know I took a day off this past week, and I want to say.
Did you work Monday?
Yes.
What about your cousin? Did she work? Do y'all work together?
Yeah, we do work together.
Would she know if you worked Wednesday or not?
Yeah, she should know. She left Thursday also for her cruise.
If you did work Wednesday, would it have been nighttime, same time, get off at 2?
Nighttime, yeah. It would be nighttime.
And you get off at 2 a.m.? Was he Aaron acting any different Thursday than he normally does?
He was fussy, and he was not feeling good.
When you say not feeling good, what was he doing?
Just kind of more chilled than normal.
Meaning just laying around?
Just calmer. I mean, not really, at his tip top running everywhere like normal.
Was he running around or was he laying around? Was he lethargic?
What's that?
It's when you're tired, you just lay around. Don't move
you
around
could tell
a lot.
he didn't feel good. You could tell he
Was
didn't
he
feel
moving
good.
around? Was he walking? I know he's a toddler. Was he toddling at all, or was he just laying around?
No, he was walking around. He was active. He just wasn't running, and you could tell he didn't feel good. But
Well, we say that, but you slept till 1 Thursday.
yeah, well, I'm saying with me.
So Thursday morning, you're not really sure how he was acting because you slept till 1, right? And then, so from 1 until 8, when you went to work, how was he acting?
When I got back from the dollar store, me and him, he actually laid down with me, and me and him got back up around the same time.
Was that normal for him?
For him to lay down and take a nap with me, yeah.
Did he eat Thursday?
He ate a few bites off my plate, and he ate a few bites off Ruben's plate. Not as much as he would have ate, if he would have felt good. But he did take a few bites off of each of our plates.
And I heard you tell Sullivan that you feel that he may have gotten into something, right? Where did Ruben keep the drugs?
In that desk,
Which desk?
by the door,
Upstairs or down?
upstairs in the bedroom.
In the bedroom? What do you keep them in? And are we talking about pills or cocaine? Or
Both.
everything?
Both.
What do you keep the pills in?
In the bottles. Pill bottles.
The bottles that they came in?
Mm-hmm.
The ones that he sold or the ones that he used or both?
Just both.
So he didn't keep them in plastic bags or anything? They weren't lying loose?
No, I mean, not to my knowledge, they weren't. I know he always kept them.
Well, how would it get into the pill bottles?
I don't know. That's why I
They're
said
childproof, right?
Yeah, they should be. That's why I said that. The only thing I could think of as far as him getting his hands on one is maybe Ruben putting one up on the desk to do it, and then
Did
he
Ruben
walked
eat
off
pills?
And then, yeah, he does. He has his own doctor. So, I mean, maybe he left one laying or dropped one in the floor or something like that was what I was thinking. But it had to have been left out. Oh, it had to be took out of a bottle.
Okay. And you didn't notice that bruise until Brittany came over, and you said she was already there when you woke up.
Yeah.
Why'd she come over?
She said she was just getting out of the house. She was tired of being at home, so she came over.
Did she come over and hang with y'all often?
Mm-hmm.
And what'd you say to Ruben when she showed you the bruise?
When she asked me what happened, I told her I don't know. I said, ask Ruben. And Ruben said, I don't know. He said, I already pointed that out to you. That's what I was telling you earlier. I said, no, you didn't. And he got mad or defensive a little bit because we were making a big deal out of it. Me and Brittany we're like, well, what happened? And he was just basically never answered my question when I don't know. That's the same thing I pointed out to you earlier. It's what I was telling you earlier, and I was like, telling you what earlier? And then Brittany was like, oh, I didn't mean to cause an argument, and I was like, we're not arguing, I was like, but still, I was like, it's not your fault, for asking a question.
Did he point out the bruise earlier?
No, I didn't notice it until she had said something. That's why right then I was just like, damn, what happened? And he couldn't tell me. He didn't tell me. Never did tell me. He was just.
Did you notice any circles under his eyes or anything?
Mm-mm.
Just the swelling on which side of the face?
On his right side.
And it was where? Along the cheek line?
His swelling was like right here by his ear.
Mm-hmm.
It was just right around in here, and that's why I thought maybe he needed a few eardrops or something.
Did he have any fluid or anything coming from his ear?
Just wax.
I mean, like dripping out or just normal earwax?
It just kind of like moistened it up a little more whenever I put the eardrop in his ear.
Okay. And you said his eyes were?
A little bit runny, just a little, so I put a couple eye drops in his eyes.
Okay. Alright, well I'm gonna go to the apartment tomorrow and look for that blanket.
Okay.
You said it should be in the hamper?
Yeah, or in the room. It should be in that house.
And it's a car's blanket, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the one that was in the car was what?
Toy Story.
Toy Story. And then there's a black backpack that you believe is missing.
Yes.
And what do you use that for?
And just if if we have a lot of things to do that day or whatever, we'll just throw like snacks in it for the kids or whatever, or clothes, or
How big is it?
just a backpack, a school
Like a
size
school-sized backpack.
Yeah.
So you can just...
I don't have diaper bags per se. So, normally if we leave, I'll change his clothes because she has a bladder problem and she may pee herself.
Okay.
And I pack him, I pack clothes too,
I don't know if
diapers,
she's got a
wipes.
bladder problem. She's only 5, right?
Well, I'm saying she's had a bladder infection.
No.
So, but I mean, I have several different bags that I use to, put our stuff in.
Mm-hmm.
But so does Ruben. Ruben uses it too, is what I'm saying.
What's he use it for?
For just whatever. Just stuff. I was just letting them know I didn't see it, you know what I mean? So,
How tall?
like,
You said he was 20 pounds. That's light for a 22-month-old.
well, he weighed exactly like 23.6 or something like that, because I had weighed him.
Was he little when he was born?
Mm-hmm.
Was he a preemie?
No, but he weighed 5'15".
So he was tiny.
Yeah.
So
he was
how
just little.
long was he? If you put his feet on that wall, how far
So
up
about
the
my
table did he
knees.
go?
About my knees. Probably about right here. No taller than that.
So from the wall, he's this long?
Yeah.
Where my hand is?
About that. It's not very big.
Okay. And someone wanted me to ask you what he was wearing again last time you saw him?
Last time I saw him was with the blue shirt with the yellow Tonka truck on it, dump truck thing, with the yellow sleeves. Or the whole sleeve isn't yellow, but the trim is.
Right. That's just a shirt, or is that a onesie?
No, that's a shirt.
And did they go over again about, were there any onesies or shirts or anything? Had he thrown up on any of his clothes recently?
Possibly, I don't know. I mean, just the sheet. I mean, or whatever he was wearing when he threw up on the sheet. I don't remember what shirt he had on then.
That's the sheet that was wet.
The black one that you and Miss Sullivan asked me about, and I told you what it was.
Did you ever put any in a bag?
Those, the wet clothes, the old ones, there was like, I don't know how many pieces, but there was some pieces in the brown bag I told you guys about. Remember? Told you.
When did you put those in there?
I don't remember what day it was.
Was it that week?
I think so. That weekend or that week. So last time I picked up the bag, even it was still wet. They were still wet.
Any idea why he went to do laundry at 2 in the morning? Is that normal? Is that normal? Or abnormal?
Not that close to. No, not by itself and not with the kids. I mean, we normally don't do it that late at night if we have the kids, unless they're awake for some reason. And most of the time, we do it together that late when I get off work. If the kids aren't with us, if they're with us, we normally don't. I mean, we have, but we normally don't.
What'd you tell your cousin about what you think happened?
I told her that, I think that some kind of accident happened or something, and Reuben freaked out.
And where do you think he is?
I have no idea. I don't know. And that's why I've told her, I don't know if he'd be I don't think that he would be in like woods or something like that, because and maybe it's just as a mom, not wanting to think that someone would leave my baby out in the woods or in the water or whatever, but I would think that he would be in shelter or something where maybe he could have.
What do you mean shelter? What's that mean?
I don't know, just like, that's why I don't know, like an abandoned house or something like that. I wouldn't want to think that he could just toss my baby, in the woods or something like that. I don't think that. His Toy Story blanket?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking you. I don't know what that is.
Looks like his Toy Story blanket.
Is that what the Toy Story blanket looks like? Okay. Like the stitching and stuff, right?
Yeah, and this is more of what caught my eye, the purple and the blue on it.
When you make him a bottle with, is he doing milk or formula or juice?
Whole milk, but that's his bottle.
How much do you give him?
Most of the time a whole bottle.
The whole bottle? So that means he drinks some?
And that's the kind of juice that Reuben drinks, and that's his body spray right there too.
Reuben's body spray?
Right there. That Axe. And
That's Snapple.
yeah. Fruit punch stuff is like $1
Can you buy that at the
at
store?
the dollar store.
But you're pretty sure that's the Toy Story?
I'm pretty sure that's the Toy Story blanket. That was, he said, when I asked Ruben where it was so that I could give it to the people with the dog to get a scent on him when it all first happened. Ruben told me it was in the car with the baby. That's why I kept telling y'all, you know, his toy blanket.
Y'all were together for a while before we ever got there, right? When the police were there.
No, we weren't together for a while.
Y'all were together some,
The
but y'all were
police
together
was already there when I got there.
No, I realize that. But they allowed y'all to stand next to each other. Because when I got there, y'all were talking to each other.
Yeah, for a few minutes
So,
they did.
Well, it's a little more than a few minutes because it took me a while to get there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What was discussed between the two of y'all?
I just kept telling him, I know I'm not perfect, but I didn't think that I deserved, this, and I told him, who could have
I'm not that concerned about what you said. I mean, I am, and we'll get to that. I'm more concerned about what he said.
He was telling me that the car was stolen. And he couldn't believe that he, messed up and left the car running with the baby in it, but he was trying to more or less convince me that the car got stolen with the baby.
So walk me through it. What did he tell you happened exactly?
He told me that he went upstairs to lock up the house.
Where was he coming from?
Where was he coming from?
Mm-hmm.
He told me that he didn't tell me he was coming from anywhere. He didn't tell me. I didn't learn that he did laundry until we were already here.
If he's telling you he's going upstairs to lock the house
from the car, he said that that's what he told me at first, is that he forgot to lock the house. But if they're leaving
okay, so that's what he told you. He said he forgot to lock the house up.
Yes, and that he went back up there.
So basically, he's saying he left the apartment with the kids, put them in the car, forgot to lock the door, and went back.
Yeah. And then that's what he said outside.
Outside your apartment while the police are there.
Mm-hmm. And when we went upstairs,
he told me. Stick with that story. We'll stay with that. So he tells you he loaded the kids up.
Mm-hmm.
He forgot to lock the door.
Mm-hmm.
So he went upstairs to lock the car or lock the door. And what happened?
And said he'd come back outside or come in. He said they'd come in.
Which door are we talking about locking?
The room door and the bed and the front door.
So he forgot to lock the bedroom door and the front door?
That's what he said. He forgot to lock up.
Do y'all always lock the bedroom door?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And he said that, he said come in and was saying she was scared, and he was telling her to come on, and that it was time to go anyways. Mm-hmm. So he said when they got him back downstairs, he seen the car was driving out the parking lot. Mm-hmm. On that he may stay inside while he tried to see which way the car went. And
did he tell you how he tried to see which way the car went?
Yeah, he said that he ran after it.
Okay.
But that was proven to not be true.
Well, let's not worry about that. I'm just worried about what he's telling you.
But that's what he told me.
So he says they come back outside and the car's driving off, and he tells stay there, and he tells you that he runs after it?
Yeah, and he said that he was that it went to the left.
How far did he chase the car? Did he say?
He didn't tell me how far. He didn't specify how far he went. He told me that
did he walk back to the apartment? Did he run back to the apartment? Did he call 911 right away?
He said that he went to call 911 off of his phone, and his phone was dying, so he had to go upstairs and plug up the his white phone and use the flip phone to call because the other phone was dead.
Did he say he called 911 immediately?
He said that while he was on the phone with me, telling me to get a ride, giving me Brittany's number, that he was on the flip phone, or he was on the other phone, I guess. He was on another phone.
I can hear him.
911.
I can hear him talking to you on the 911.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he's got two phones open.
Yeah.
So I can hear him talking to you.
Okay.
But you couldn't hear him talking to 911?
No, he just said, "Give me a second," is all he had said. He didn't. I don't know. I don't know if he told me to give him a second. Let him get the number out of the phone for me. Brittany's number. I told him, well, I need Brittany's number.
So while he's on the phone with 911, he calls you and tells you to get a ride with Brittany.
Well, correct? I called him, actually.
You call him?
Yeah, I called him.
This is after the text that he sent you that says get a ride?
Mm-hmm.
And you don't say why?
No, I was just kind of, I didn't say
But you
why.
hear him tell someone to hold on.
Yeah. figured he was just talking to me. He was telling me to hold on. He's getting the number. He was looking it up. We had to look it up.
Okay. So he runs down the street, chases after this car, and then he calls 911. And you said he tells you the phone dies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, how does he have two phones going if the phone died? Because he calls you.
I don't know.
Which phone did you call?
I called his phone, the white phone.
The big one.
Mm-hmm.
Do you even know the flip phone number?
Mm-mm.
So he's on 911 on the flip phone
Mm-hmm.
because he's talking to you on the white one.
Mm-hmm.
But if the white one's dead, how is he talking to you?
I don't know. He said he had it on charger.
So he's inside at this point. He's not outside.
Right. I mean, I guess. Obviously, I guess. He said
Did you ask him why he didn't tell you on the phone that your child had just been kidnapped?
Yeah, and he told me because he didn't want me freaking out on the way over there.
It's your kid. He's gonna screen out everything.
Alright, so that's the first story. Then you said there was a second story when y'all went upstairs.
And then,
Or
then
when
he
you
had
went
told
inside.
me, yeah, because then he had told me that he had
So-
actually flushed everything down the toilet.
Let me make sure I got this straight first. The police let y'all go inside?
Yes,
Together?
to get that Toy Story blanket. I was looking for the blanket.
I thought it was in the car.
Yeah, I was asking him where it was.
Okay, so they
Because I
said
went
go
over
into
to
the
look for
house
it.
and look for it?
And they told me to go get anything with a scent. The best thing would be the last thing that maybe he slept with or something
And
like
they
that.
let both y'all go in together.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, and y'all are talking, and what's he telling you? Is anyone escorting y'all, or is it just y'all?
That there was the lady was like by the stairs or whatever. We were
Lady
in the
being a
room.
uniformed police officer?
And I was in the we were in the room.
Mhm.
But I was looking for the blanket and couldn't find it, and asked him. I said, "Well, where is his blanket? That'd be the best thing to give him."
Mhm.
And I'm looking for it, and he's telling me, "Oh, that was in the car. It's in the car with his bottle." And I said, "Okay." I said, "No, what in the hell, what is going on? Is there anything that I need to know? I mean, what the fuck? Who would steal your car? Who do you owe people money? Do people owe you money? And who do you think took your car?"
Mhm.
And he told me that he didn't know about who would take it. That ain't nobody mad at him, whatever. And he's telling me that he said I didn't. He said I ain't forget. He said fuck. He said fuck if Lapita called me. I said Lapita. He said yeah. He said that's the actual reason I came back up here was to get something to serve her. He said if she wouldn't have fucking called me out, I would have never got back out the car and left him in it.
Well, the problem with that story is he consistently tells Lapita he doesn't have anything on text messages.
Okay.
Because she's texting him the whole night asking for, I don't remember what, pills or something. But he's telling her he doesn't have anything.
Okay.
So he tells you that he's going upstairs to get drugs for Lapita.
Mhm.
But he's telling her he doesn't have any.
I guess. I mean that's what he
Well, I
told me.
know. Because I read the text messages.
Okay, well, I didn't read his text messages between him and her, but I know that,
Don't
That's-
have to.
well, I've
Alright,
done
so
it,
he tells you he's going
But
up to
that's what
get
he
the
told me.
dope for Lapita. And then what?
and that he was going to serve her on his way to pick me up from work. And come back down, and the car was gone.
And where's Lapita live?
I
She
don't
close?
know. I don't know where she lives.
Because
I've
at
never
this
been to
point,
her
he's
house.
already late. Because you've already texted him, are you on your way?
Mhm.
Right?
Well,
Supposedly, when he's going upstairs to get the pills, you've already sent him a text, or it's right about that same time.
asking him,
Are you
does
on your
Brittany-
way?
Does Brittany need to
Mm-hmm.
bring me home? And he
So
tells
when's
me
he, when's
he's
he
on
tell
his
you
way
he flushes all the stuff?
in the room.
But at what point did he flush the stuff? Before he calls 911?
I don't know. He just told me he got rid of it. He's just said that he flushed what he was going to give to Lapita.
Alright, so what are your thoughts at that point? Because here are my thoughts. I come home and I'm told that I don't give a fuck about this bright orange piece of shit car. I'm worried about my just got kidnapped.
Yeah.
But he's more concerned about flushing dope down the toilet.
And that's what I told him. I said that really doesn't matter. I said they said they're not going to arrest you for having, coke on hand or what in the drawer. I asked him. I said, so what is that? He said I just got scared or whatever. I just flushed it.
Did
Got
you ask him, or
instincts
did
to
he
flush it.
volunteer that he flushed it?
He volunteered that. I didn't ask him what he did with.
But he
anything.
definitely told you he was coming upstairs to get dope for Lupita.
Yeah.
And what's he normally serve her?
Coke.
Coke.
Mhm.
So he sells coke and pills.
Mhm.
And what do you just do coke? You don't do pills, or you do
No.
both?
I don't do pills.
All right. So then, what else does he tell you?
That he's sorry.
Do you believe him at this point?
It was kind of. It was
Because
kind of iffy, but I really wasn't looking, like, into him as far as, okay, you've done something with my child. At first, I didn't even look at it like that. No, I didn't. I mean, would have no reason
Because
to do anything with him, you know what I mean? Or to lie to me.
well, the whole story just doesn't make sense. I mean, my boss calls me at 3:30 in the morning, 3 in the morning, whatever time it was, and tells me this story about this car getting stolen. And neither one of us are even there, and we're already thinking that's a bullshit story. But you're
Right.
there and you're not thinking that?
Honestly, like, I didn't look at the time. I was real frantic. I was just.
Hold on, you weren't frantic.
No, because
You
I
stopped
wanted to,
along
and
the
I
way.
wanted to get to this part here. At what point do they separate y'all?
The lady cop separated us, like when you see me start texting him.
So that's what why are you texting them what you're texting them? Why are you worried about us going into that apartment?
Because my daughter was in there, and I wanted to make sure that if anyone.
Where's your daughter right now?
She's with my mama.
So why were you worried about her then? You ain't worried about her now. You're at Super 8 Motel.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Why were you concerned about police officers who aren't going to kidnap your kid
No.
going into your apartment?
Because she was already scared and upset, and I
Your
wanted her
daughter's
to
not
feel.
scared of us. Trust me.
No,
She's
she's
been around
not
us.
right now. But I'm saying at that point in time, she was.
She
Ruben,
wasn't scared or upset because I
okay,
went
well,
inside
Ruben
and talked to
told
her.
me. Ruben had told